Let's talk about it. Momin finally got his court date. How do you feel about that, sir?
Well, I think in a way it's okay, but technically speaking, again, the defense team would not be allowed to see the hard evidence directly so that they could defend, question it, or defend Momin as it should be according to the traditional values of Canadian justice system.
Right. So you're concerned the defense might not be able to do their job effectively.
Well, I think you are welcome to speak with Mr. Lawrence Greenspan in Ottawa. He could tell you, but what he has stated in the news media, I understand that is the case because there will be a third party who will kind of mediate between government and between the prosecution and defense team in terms of reviewing and evaluating the implication of hard evidence.
Right.
It does not fit in a traditional sense into the law and justice system that's available to common citizens as to a public court in Canada.
Now, how do you feel about at last having the trial date? Because it's been 4 years now with no trial date in sight. You finally have a trial date. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it is a good step if the government feels they have evidence, and they should have done this 4 years ago. But now they are starting to do this, I guess, mostly under public pressure. So I think it's okay with us.
Have you had a chance to talk to Momin about it?
No, because as you know, I'm away working in Central Asia, but my wife goes to see him twice in a week, and I'm in touch with my wife, and that's how I know about his well-being. He was not in good shape about a couple of weeks ago when he was locked up in isolation without any reasoning.
Yeah.
I think you may have noticed that statement even from the lawyer making it known to the judge. But after that, I think he has been turned back to normal living condition, and that's something very good.
Yes. Well, I understand that he developed this kind of hypoglycemia while he was in isolation, which seems very strange to have that happen. It was kind of surprising on top of everything else your son has gone through. Now there's a medical condition.
Well, I think he is under medical observation, but I do not know the extent of its seriousness, because my wife, when she goes, she just allowed to speak with him for 20 minutes through a glass, not in the physical sense, but over telecom or telecom, like telephone in between. So they speak, and their wives, and their 20 minutes. I do not know what else parents or mom could know or speak with him.
Right.
We do not know the internal conditions, whether it's free to say things. I cannot speculate.
Now, did Mr. Greenspan, the lawyer for Momin, did he give you any indication of how long you think this trial is going to last?
No, I think all I know from the news media, because I do not have direct communication. Occasionally goes to see Momin, and maybe he's in touch with my wife, but we do not know at this time. These things are very uncertain to us.
Right. Well, it has been a long period of uncertainty for you, having your son incarcerated for 4 years without a trial. It's an exceptionally long time. It's finally down to a trial coming up in this summer. I guess the question is whether or not you feel encouraged that your son is going to get a fair trial.
Well, getting tried is a good thing, but I hope it will be based on established values, and there will be no secrecy the way it's being conducted, or the way it's being publicly announced in the media, because if there is a prevalent secrecy over the evidence, I'm sure you will agree with me, as well as our common citizens in Canada, that it would not meet the requisite of fairness and a just trial as it should be to all Canadians.
Yeah, so it sounds like you are okay with the trial as long as the trial is conducted under normal Canadian justice values, as any Canadian charged with a crime would be.
Indeed, Fred, this is what we all along we have been telling, but somehow the government has a different point of view, and maybe they are afraid that whatever they call as evidence would not stand its chance in an open court of law. Therefore, they are using it very strange, excuse that it could expose its relationship with foreign country or affect the relationship. Other organizations who are involved maybe indirectly, we do not know. So there are many, sensitivities which need to be addressed. Even the judge will be conducting, I read his statement too, of similar concerns.
Now, I guess the million-dollar question, Mahboob, is if you feel, if the trial is fair, if you believe there are no secrets, if you believe all the evidence is presented fairly and openly, do you believe that they're going to find your son innocent of the charges?
Well, we cannot predict the outcome because we do not know what is the nature of the evidence. We live in a world where virtual reality can be created, and I will refer you to a book that I mentioned in my article by Ron Sussman. His book is called One Person Doctrine.
Yes.
And he claims in that book that anything after 9/11, America or the ruling elite in America wants to create, they can create as reality. They could make people believe that it's real. So I do not know. I'm just an ordinary person in a very delicate and difficult situation because my son is involved. I know he's innocent. I've never seen anything that would make him look like a suspect or a terrorist or anything. And you are well aware of my own situation, how I was victimized, and my professional life was cut down by Canadian intelligence establishment, and I was portrayed in the same context as my son is. So I don't know, but I do hope that if they have evidence and whatever decision comes out of this court of law, we would accept that. We would not question that at all, Fred. That much I can assure you.
Right. Are you going to be able to go to the trial?
Well, I don't know. I think in summer I'll be coming back during my normal vacation. I hope I'll be there, but I do not know exactly when at this point.
Right. There's so many things, so many questions still up in the air. Mahboob, thank you for taking the time to answer my questions on this subject today. It's kind of exciting to hear your son's got a trial. I hope it turns out that we can get this matter settled quickly, that it's not a long trial, but I guess that's not up to us, is it?
Well, I appreciate this opportunity, and you're calling me. Indeed, I enjoy speaking with you on a previous occasion. You're so kind in giving me time and opportunity to share this concern, and I appreciate very much this opportunity. And thank you indeed.
Well, you're welcome, sir. You have a good day now. You take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.